Say, I know a lot of were just with us on our Facebook Live. Just a little bit of information over on Facebook on Wednesdays at 12:30. We have a Facebook Live every week, and we showcase different techniques and tools. All right, and it's a good time. So if you are interested in learning more about metal stamping, when you are shopping at Michael's, you have to learn where to use those tools. So definitely check us out. But today's class is we're going back to basics, and we're going to be doing a cuff bracelet. We're going to be working with the sticker book. I'm going to show you exactly how to use each sticker on the 3 bracelets that Michael's carries. And we are going to do a little bit of designing as well. So I am going to just flip my phone around so we could get started. Is there anything else anyone needs to say? I'm not sure. Are we good? All right. So I'm going to flip you guys around. Okay. And there is Jen in your comments. So Jen's I'm gonna do my best to answer questions when I see them pop up on the screen. Hello, Lynn. All right. Okay, so very important part to be successful with your metal stamping is it's very important to have a sturdy base, okay, to put your bench block on. All right, so this is a steel block. This is a 4x4. Michael's has them in the 2x2. Hello, Teresa, who is a newbie. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, you're also going to need your ImpressArt hammer. Now, this is one of 2 hammers that we sell. This is the brass head hammer if you're doing more of a consistent stamping, or a heavier stamping if you're doing a lot of bracelets, a lot of necklaces. Then we have a value hammer that has a soft steel head that's just as good as this, and that's really for crafting and, you know, occasional jewelry making. All right, so if you are thinking about metal stamping and you want to do a lot of it, definitely check out the brass head hammer at Michael's. All right, so we have your hammer, we have your block, and a letter set. So today what I'm going to be using is Austin. Let me pull you guys up just a little bit. So Austin is a 3mm letter set that's exclusively for Michael's. Okay, it was designed to look very whimsical. It's got a little bit of a thick line, which makes it really nice, and it looks more like handwriting, so you could see how Austin looks. It comes in upper, lower, and numbers. All right. So keep in mind that with ImpressArt fonts, your lowercase always comes with your punctuation, and your uppercase always comes with 6 amazing design stamps. Okay, so we are going to start with lowercase today. I'll put that aside. Then to color in your impressions, you're going to use the Stamp Enamel marker from ImpressArt, and this also is available at Michael's. Okay, now this Stamp Enamel, I know I get a lot of questions whether or not, oh, I think I'm going to use a Sharpie. And that's fine if you want to use a Sharpie to mark your center line, but this enamel was designed to stay inside of your impressions and not come out. Okay. Another little tip about your enamel marker is your impression needs to be deep in order for it to stay and sit nicely inside your metal. Sometimes when you're stamping, your impression is a little on the light side. As long as you try to go back in and deepen that impression, your enamel is going to stay, because like I said, it is formulated to stay inside your stamped impressions. All right, and we have our bracelets. All right, and I just want to, let's see if I could pull out a sticker guidebook because I really want to go through that with you guys. And here it is. Let's grab that. All right. So your stamp guides, I'm going to pull one out. Pull one out. Are right here. Okay. And you're going to notice there's that blue line that runs across your entire sticker guide. Okay. So that first line is to line up your 1/4 inch bracelet. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're stamping nicely in the center of that bracelet with the 3mm font. What you're going to do is you're going to peel your coating. You're going to find your center. So your center is at 3 inches because your bracelet is at 6. Okay. You're going to line it up. And as long as, let's go back, put that on. It's hard to do it not on a block, but we are going to do this together today. As long as that blue line hits the edge of your metal. Does everybody see that? Can everybody see that? Let's see if I could zoom in on that. There we go. As long as that blue line is sitting at the edge of your metal, you're going to be stamping in the center of that bracelet. You're also going to notice these 2 other lines. That's for our 2 larger size bracelets. Okay, so we have our 1/8 inch and our 3, I think it's 3 1/4. Let me grab, let's see. Here we go. Oh, here we go. This is exactly what I was looking for, right in front of my face. Now your tips and tricks are fantastic. So definitely when you're using your sticker guide, you definitely want to read the directions in here. So for these, it's a 1/2 inch bracelet, okay, a 3/8 and a 1/4 inch bracelet. So this is your 1/4 inch, okay, this is your 3/8, and this is your 1/2 inch. So for your sticker guides, again, 1/4 inch, which is the bracelet we have here. Let's peel this off so you could get a better look. The aluminum bracelets are a 14 gauge. Let's peel that. All right. So with your 14 gauge, again, you're going to find your center. And this time you are going to line up your sticker with that hash mark underneath that long line. Okay, so as long as that is sitting, touching the bottom of your metal using your 3mm font, you're going to be stamping right in the center of that blank. All right, and then last but not least is your 1/2 inch. Okay. And again, you're going to find your center, put your orange center mark on it. Take your bracelet and your sticker, line that up, making sure that the hash mark on the other end of your bracelet is lined up as well. And here you will be stamping in the center of that 1/2 inch. All right. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, we never knew. Guys, these are fantastic. So even if your sticker book's done, take these 2 out as a reminder and either stick them in your bead box that you might have your blanks in, or put them in a drawer or a reference book maybe that you have, or even on a cork board if you have that where you are working in your craft room. Okay. So these are great. These guys are also great if you're doing pendants. You can cut them up. All right. And these are available at Michael's. All right. So we, let's see. Would you use a booklet on book markers? Yes, you could definitely use these, April, on book markers. All right. So we're going to start with the most popular size first, and that is your 1/4-inch bracelets. Okay, I always like to, when I'm stamping bracelets, I like to put my block in a diamond pattern in front of me. I'm going to place my blank on my block, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to measure my 3-inch mark. Okay, because again, my bracelet is 6 inches. I'm going to come in with my sticker guide, and I am going to place it with my orange meeting my center line. Okay, really smooth that down, and I'm going to make sure that my line is sitting, my blue line is sitting at the edge of my metal on both sides. I'm a little low here, so I'm going to bring that up and run my finger over it, just like that. All right, so now we're ready. Now this is the part that everybody always gets stuck on. I'm like, pick a word. So everybody's like, oh, what word do I pick? So I always like to start with love. Okay, I feel that it's 4 letters. It is not too aggressive to start with. And I feel like if you're not worrying so much about what you're stamping, you tend to feel and listen and hear the force that you're using behind your hammer. Okay, I know that sounds a little out of sorts, but you will understand what I mean. So I'm going to use, because this is a 3mm lowercase, I'm going to use the space in between the black and the orange hash marks. Okay, so now in the center of my bracelet, I have love. Okay, I am going to open up my set. All right, and you could see that they are all clearly marked as to what they are on the shank. When you're stamping with our products, you always want to make sure that the ImpressArt is facing you. Okay, that's an indicator that you're stamping in the right direction. If you pull a letter out because maybe you didn't put it back the right way, definitely look for that ImpressArt on the shank. All right. So we're going to start with love. Let's pull our L out. Okay. Here is our impression. I'm going to always have my stamps on my non-dominant side. So I'm a righty. I'm going to have my hammer on my right side. I'm going to have my stamp set on my left. Okay. I'm not going to line up and then switch fingers. I'm to come down with my non-dominant hand with my stamp in it, place it down flat, lightly drag it. Now you could see, I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more, that when I place it flat down, okay, and I drag it, do you see how that it's stopped by that sticker guide? I want you to run your finger over that to feel that restriction. Okay, it creates a ledge. That sticker creates a ledge. So you're going to place it flat down, lightly drag it until you feel it hit the sticker. Now it's important that you want it to hit the sticker, not go over the sticker. Okay. So you want to, if you're having a problem going over the sticker, place it flat, drag it down, lightly tilt your stamp a little towards you, and that will, you'll feel that ledge. Okay. Then I'm going to press down on my stamp take my hammer, give it a nice hit. And there is my first impression. There is my L. Okay. I'm going to continue now with my O, doing the same thing, bringing it flat, lining up my letter with the corresponding letter on my guide, flat, giving it one hit. There is my O. Now we're going to do my V. Same process. Okay. Followed up with my E. Now, if you are not getting a full and even impression, fear not, it is fine. Okay. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how you can get your impressions nice and even. So I'm just going to move my sticker over. I'm not really concerned about what my bracelet looks like, because this is really a practice, okay? Because we're going to try different techniques on your first bracelet. I'm going to come in again, and I'm going to use that word again, okay? The word love. And we're going to do something called tilt and tap. Now with the tilt and tap, I don't want you to be so aggressive with it because we are working on aluminum, and aluminum is a soft metal. So you're going to bring that down again, lightly press down on it. And then you're going to hit your stamp, but you're going to hit it once, see light, and then tap. Without moving your stamp off of your metal, you're going to rotate it so it gets your entire impression in there. So that's what your L should look like. Okay. Now we're going to go and we're going to do our V, our O. Now, even if you've gotten the full impression of your love, definitely try this technique, because sometimes that might not always be the case. And you'll be in a pickle, and it's easy to learn different techniques to get that impression. So again, bring it down, light tap, and lightly tapping all around. And there is my O. Bring this down a little bit so you could see. I'll move it up. Then I'm coming in with my V. Again, lightly tapping and just tapping all around. So you notice that I'm moving the stamp. I'm not so much moving my hammer all around. I'm continuing to hit dead on, tap dead on, but I'm moving my stamp into the metal. And there is my V. And my E. Okay, so you could see how nice and evenly spaced that second love came out. So if you're having problems with getting that full impression, definitely utilize your tilt and tap. All right. So you could always come back to this and practice, because practice is what's going to make you aware of the force that you have to use behind your hammer with certain letter sets. So you might have to be a little bit more forceful with Austin and less forceful with homeroom or Bridgette. So it's really best to, when you get a new font, grab a bracelet blank and either use a 4-letter word, 2-letter, 3-letter word, and or your alphabets, A, B, C, D, E, F, and you're just going to keep on with your alphabet over and over again. Okay. Now with these bracelets, you can stamp on both sides. All right. You could actually do a nice pattern in the front. And then if you want it on the inside, you can do a hidden message. The sky is the limit when it comes to personalization with the ImpressArt products. All right, so here we go. Now we're going to dive into our 1/4-inch bracelet. So now if you have your name in mind, this is when you're going to want to do it. So you're going to come in again, your name or the word that you want. You're going to mark your center. you're going to line up your orange center line with your bracelet guide, making sure that your line, your blue line across, because we're still working with a 1/4 inch, is lined up on one side and the other. All right. Now, when you're working with a name or a quote, okay, I always like to put my names or my quotes on the bottom of my sticker. All right, so I am going to do Samantha. Okay, so I know I'm going to find my center, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm lucky enough that I have 4 and 4. All right, so my middle line is going to be, my center line is going to be right in between my SAMA. All right, sometimes you won't have that. Let's see. So let's say we have a name like Mikey. Okay, so you have 4, 5. Okay, what you want to do is with your K, you know that it's wider than your I and your E, right? So you always want to make sure that you're moving that is going to be on your center line. So instead of going in between, you're going to go on each line. All right. So let's say this is your middle line. Okay. So you're going to go MIKEY. With Samantha, I have my NTHA, my AMAS. All right. I hope that makes a little sense. All right. So this now we're going to start with our letters. So remember, utilize your tilt and tap. Okay. Or if you're getting it with 1 or 2 hits of your hammer, that's great too. But it's all about having even, consistent force behind that hammer. Okay. Want me to zoom in? All right. So we're going to start with my S. I'm going to bring that flat, lightly drag down. Now, if you are still having problems finding the center of your stamps, you could definitely take a Sharpie marker and draw a line down your center. I do that all the time, okay? It just makes it easier. So when you're placing it flat, you know that that line is going to be in the center of your hash marks. Or if your letters are on your line, so let's move that over a little bit. Hold on 1 second. Okay. You know that your line on your font is going to line up to your hash marks on your sticker. All right. So we're going to come down, going to place the flat and lightly drag. Okay. Once you've hit that sticker and you feel that ledge, you're going to, no problem, Gwen. You're going to, push down a little bit, put some force behind it, take your hammer and give it a hit. And there is my S. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with my A. So Michelle, Sharpie will come off the bracelet. So keep in mind that wet Sharpie takes off dry Sharpie. And I'm going to show you that in a couple of minutes, okay? So don't worry about it coming off the bracelet because it definitely will. And I will show you a little tip, okay? Now my M is a little wider, okay? So I want to just move it over just a little bit to my right, okay? Here's my M. I know some of you have descending letters, so we're going to work on descending, okay, right now. So I am going to take out my scrap bracelet that we just did love on, and I want to go over descenders really quick, okay? So with descending letters, And descenders are your J's, your P's, your Q's, right? All right, so we're gonna do Mikey. All right, I have Mikey on the brain today, right? So let's say that's our center line, okay? We're gonna do M, I, we're gonna put a K on the center line, E, and our Y. So our Y is the descending letter, right? So let's start with our M. We're gonna bring that down, and I'm gonna do this quickly, the first couple, just so we could get to that descender. Our E. Now, so now our descender. Our descender is a Y. All right, so everybody see that? Instead of pulling it down, because if we pull it down, it's going to sit way up here. You're going to place, see right here, see that curve in your stamp? You're going to match that tip of that curve up to that blue line on your sticker. So you're not going to pull it down, you're going to place it. And when you place it, you're going to make sure that this part is right on top and on the blue line. Okay, so with your descenders, you're placing your stamp. All right, you're placing your stamp. You are not dragging. Okay, and then you're hitting. It will go right through the sticker, and there is your descender. All right, and I hit that way too hard, so knock that back into place so you could see what that descender looks like. All right, so we're gonna do it again. All right, back. Let's do our M, our I, our K, our E, and last but not least, our descending Y. You're gonna come, place it right on it, and give it a hit. And that will go right through your sticker. There we go. And leave that impression. Okay, and you're nice and lined up in the center. So definitely when it comes to your descenders, you want to place them on the sticker. Now, if you notice, my Y up top is a little light. Okay, so this is a little trick to go back in your impression. When you are light up here, and we talked about the enamel before and how the enamel, you need depth for that enamel, okay, to stay in that impression. You're gonna come in, and usually I like to hover over it and then just find it. Now I'm heavy on the bottom, okay, which means I have a heavier impression. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna run it over until my stamp falls right into the bottom of that initial, okay, that I stamped. And then I just need to shrink that a little bit so you guys could see. Let's see. I want to zoom out and it's not letting me. I guess not. Okay, let's move you up then. Okay, when you're in your impression, you want to stamp more on the, put more of a hit on the tip where you're lighter, okay? So if you see, I'm not really gonna hit it dead on, I'm gonna give it a little bit more of a forceful hit at the tip, okay? And what that does is, that makes it that you have a really nice, even impression. All right. So I'll bring this back down. So that's how you do your descenders. So now we're going to come in and we're going to finish our names. We have an N. Place that down, drag that, make sure that it's in between the orange and the black hash marks. Give it a nice tap. Okay. Now I'm coming in with my T. Same thing. My H. And last but not least, my A. So when I'm done with that, I'm going to pull my sticker and I'm going to see that I have great spacing and I am stamped in the center of my bracelet. Now with the enamel and with the Sharpie to mark your center, you're going to hit that dried Sharpie with the wet Sharpie and just give it a little rub. All right. And it will come out. Sometimes it'll stay in the impression that you stamped on the line. That is absolutely fine. Okay. So after you've done that, you're going to come in with your stamp enamel. Okay. And you're going to run your marker right over your stamped impression. Okay, filling in all of what you have stamped. Okay, so you could see that I really filled that in. So the key to this is to let it dry. Now, in different climates, it's very cold in my studio today. I'm in New York. It's not very cold, but it's like a weird cold where like it's not so cold, but it's not warm either. So you definitely want it to dry. How you could, not dry, but you want it to get tacky. So take a dry household paper towel and just blot it. Okay. Now, if it's tacky the way it is now, then you're good. So you're going to blot or dab, however you prefer to say it. Okay. Does everybody see that? See how it gets lighter and lighter? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly wipe. Lightly wipe. And there we have the name. There is Samantha. All right. So you definitely want to dab and lightly wipe. Now going back, let's come back in and let's stamp a light impression. Okay. All right, perfect. So here is an M. And now you could see that the top of the N really doesn't have any depth. So it looks more like an embossed font than it does a stamped font. So this is my stamped M. See the depth in that? See the depth in, this looks more of an embossed M. So I'm going to show you what happens, all right, when your letter isn't deep enough. All right, so I know some people are like, oh, I watched Rita do the enamel and she makes it look so easy. It is easy. You just have to make sure that the impression is deep enough so that enamel has a place to gather and stay. All right. Gather and stay is definitely where you want it to be. So again, I'm lightly dabbing, same process as last time. And I'm lightly wiping. Okay. Now, do you see how there's very little to no enamel? Let's see if I can make that. I can't get that any bigger, guys, but see how there's very little enamel in there? All right. It's going to come out. So definitely you want your impressions in your metal a little deeper. See that? All right. Now on for bending. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Let's see. I'm just going to scroll up on the chat. Oops. Maybe if I knew what I was doing. Hold on. Let's see if I could scroll up on that. Let's see. All right, I can't see the chat now. So if any questions, just definitely type them in so I could see them. All right. I can't see the chat, but I could definitely see them coming up on the screen. So if there's something that I missed and you want to repeat it, definitely let me know. All right. So we're going to move on to bending. Now, there are two tools. Oh, perfect. Amos, aluminum is softer than silver. Let me see if I could. I can't, for some reason, can't pull up the chat today. Nope, not letting me. Okay. So the first part of your question. So aluminum is softer than silver. Aluminum is softer than silver. Oh, hold on, let me click. Oh, there we go. Will it work the same with silver? So Amos, if you're using silver, okay, it would definitely work the same on sterling silver. If you are not familiar working with sterling, I would start with the aluminum just to get the hang of the hammer. But if you currently work on and with silver, I would go with a thicker gauge. With our stamps, they're definitely sharp and crisp, and you definitely want a thicker gauge, because if you go with a 24 or a 22, even a 20, sometimes you're going to get a really bad forged impression on the opposite side. So when you're stamping, I always feel that it's better to stamp, especially with sterling, on a thicker metal. All right, I hope that helped. Where did you guys go now? All right, now I can't see my screen. So we're gonna bend. All right. I'm having all sorts of problems today. Let's close that. There we go. Okay. So I am going to pull out my bracelet bending plier, okay, and my bracelet bending bar. Now, these two are very important when you are doing your bracelets, because one kind of needs to work with the other. All right, so when you're bending your bracelet, you always want to make sure that your bracelet is suspended in front of you in the air. You never want to put it down and then use it like this, because that's not going to work. All right, so you're going to have it up. You always want to have your thumb easily accessible when you're holding it. You're going to place your bracelet. First, you're going to pull off your back sticker. All right, and you are going to come in, firmly place your thumb up against your bracelet blank. If you want your design or your wording on the outside of your bracelet, that is always going to be facing you. If you want your name on the inside of your bracelet, your impressions are always going to be facing out. Okay, but I want to wear this on my wrist with the name on the outside. So I'm putting it in, putting my thumb firmly against it, taking the palm of my hands. Let me move this up a little bit. Okay, and I'm bringing this over just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to come back on the opposite side, put my thumb firmly against it, take the palm of my hand, and bring that over as well. Okay, now with this, it will form a bracelet, but you will notice that your ends will be very uncomfortable. Okay, they will stick out. Cuffs are meant to be more of an oval, round shape. All right, so you want to then come in the center. You want to follow the curvature of your bracelet. Okay, and you want to come in. And I'm going to do it this way so you guys can see. And I'm going to give it a squeeze. And do you see how that brings the bracelet right in? and then I'm going to go around. Okay, and now at your ends, you're going to bend in. And this is going to form, look at that. You have really nice form ends. This is not sticking out because with the angle that this is, this bracelet will fall off. So it's important that you go around with your bracelet pliers. Now, if you want to have more of a flat top cuff, or you just want to really have the shape more of a traditional oval, okay, you're going to take your bracelet just like that. Okay, that's the opposite of going with the curvature. And you're going to lightly, and I stress lightly, squeeze a little bit. And you see how that's opening? Now that open that up to more of a flat top cuff. All right. And it's really personal preference, but when you're putting on a cuff, you should always turn your wrist to the side. And that is how you put on a cuff, because a lot of people, they don't know how to put on cuffs. But these bracelet bending pliers are also great if you are hard on your jewelry the way I am, okay, and your bangles are all out of shape. You could definitely come in with your pliers to fix them, okay, and they'll make them nice and round again. But this is definitely how you bend your bracelet. All right. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? All right. It's really easy to add embellishments to these. Okay. Michaels carries the crystal setter, which is great. And what that crystal setter is, I'm going to come back to my love, and my Mikeys for my practice blank. I'm just going to take off that enamel. Let's color that in. Right, and I'm going to show you your crystal setter. So with crystal setting, okay, it's available at Michaels. So I'm going to dab lightly. Dab, dab, dab. All right, and with your crystals, you always want to, here's my love. You want to make your divot before you bend your bracelet. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my 2.5. I'm going to put that right on my bracelet. And again, so it leaves this really nice divot in my metal. Does everybody see that? Let's see if I could, for some reason, my option to zoom in is working 1 minute and not working the other. So if everybody could see that, it leaves like a really nice divot in the metal. Okay, so then what you're going to do with that, you're going to come in with your GS Hypo or a jewelry cement glue. All right, and let's get a crystal. Let's see, let me get my crystals out quickly. We usually never have time to go over crystals, so it's actually enjoyable that I'm able to do this, because my classes always run over. So that's a good thing. Let me grab the glue. So with your GS Hypo, you just want to make sure to always clean your glue when you put your needle back in. All right, let's grab some of these crystals. I'm just looking for my glue. All right. Okay, here we go. So you want to always use a pair of tweezers when you're working with it, all right? And you are going to use your GS Hypo. You're going to put a little bit in your divot, and then you're going to place your crystal, but you don't want to do that until your bracelet is formed, okay? Because what happens is if you do it now and then form your bracelet, you are going to crack your crystals. Okay, so April, you can use GS Hypo. You could also use an E6000 that's available at Michael's. Okay, so again, I'm bending, bringing that over with the palm of my hand, coming back in, putting my thumb firmly against it, coming over. All right, then I'm going to start from my center, give it a nice squeeze, and work around. All right, and now I'm ready to place my glue in. All right, so I'm gonna open up my glue. You definitely want to make sure you have an extra paper towel handy for this part, for the simple fact that you don't want any spillage from your E6000, okay? Or your, because everyone knows using the E6000 is very goopy, but the GS Hypo also kind of acts like it erupts a little bit. So it, keeps on coming out of the container. So you're going to get your glue. You always want to make sure that your crystals are handy. All right, that they're right there in front of you because the glue does dry fast. All right, I want to pull out like a blue. I have diamonds out, but you can't really see on camera all that much. So let's pull that out. All right, here we are. I always like to have a little dish. So I come in, I grab my crystal, okay? And I have a little bit of GS Hypo right on the edge of my disc, but I like to just hit it so it's on the bottom. And then I place it right inside of my divot. And there you go. And look how nicely it sits in there. So the thing is that you don't want to wear it. You want it to dry. It gets tacky after about 10, 15 minutes. And then you really want it to set, okay? It's so nice because with your divot and with the gauge of this aluminum, it sits in deep. So you don't have to worry about walking past something, hitting your bracelet up against something else and it popping out. Okay, that crystal setter really makes a cavity for your crystal to sit inside. Okay, so this is how you can embellish any of your bracelets, your rings, your pendants. Okay, they come in birthstone colors. All right, and they look darling if you do a name and a birthstone next to it. You can do, really, the sky is the limit. All right, the next way that you can embellish a bracelet really quickly before we have to say goodbye is the hole punch. All right, so let me grab one of those. Here we go. Okay, and you could punch your hole either before or after. Okay, I always like to punch everything before, but if you forget, you could definitely come back in. I prefer to use the 1/16 punch. Okay, and you are going to mark where you want your hole, and you are going to literally line it up. Okay, and then twist your punch until it pierces that bracelet. Okay, then you're going to take your punch out, and you're going to see it leaves a really nice hole. A lot of hole punches leave like maybe a lip of metal because you're piercing through it, and it leaves kind of like a weird ledge, and we call that maybe a pucker, or you know, everybody has different words for it, but I say pucker because it kind of really gives it like a little loop, okay, on there. So it leaves a really nice, clean finish. Okay, there's nothing sharp, super nice. Okay, and with that hole, you can hang a bead from a head pin. You could hang a charm with a jump ring. Okay, you could hang a crystal if you'd like. All right, there's a lot of things that you could do, but mostly you can do even an initial if you wanted to stamp a disc, put it on a jump ring, and put your jump ring in the hole. That's another way to do it. Now, at the end of your bracelet making, okay, and I'm a stickler for this, when you're giving a gift, you want to make sure that everything just looks perfect. So at Michael's, we have buffing blocks and we have sanding blocks, okay? With the buffing blocks, what you're going to do is you're going to come in and run it over your entire bracelet, and look how that buffs and shines up that piece. And you get a really professional looking piece of jewelry, okay? Now, if shiny's not your thing, all right, I just want to buff the rest of this so we could see. I know, April, see, you could really tell the difference. Now, everybody see that? Let's say you're not a shiny girl or a guy, and you want something a little bit more brushed. All right, so I'm going to start at the end, and I'm going to work my way over just so you could see the difference. Okay, I'm going to use the medium side of my sanding block. Okay, and I'm literally going to just run it. Oh, we'll do it this way. Up and down in the same. You definitely don't want to do this and then come in like that. It's either one or the other. And you know what? I'm changing my decision of the direction that I'm going. So I am just running it over my bracelet because I want more of a matte finish. Okay. And now I'll pull my fingers away, and I'm kind of, so you could see the difference between the matte and the shiny. So here's the matte. My fingers were kind of like making that dirty, but can you see the difference? Here's your shiny. And there is your brushed matte finish. Can everybody see that? I know. See, I love it. Laura says yes. Hi, Laura. So definitely, and April, thank you so much for being such a question asker and everything. So I appreciate it. So again, matte, shiny. Now, guys, it's nice to give a gift and be like the greatest gift giver, but I have to tell you, as a jewelry person, and my blocks are all dirty now. So this is supposed to be white, and you could see how these are worth it. Okay, totally worth it. All right, I mean, I use them to death. Here, you could see these. This is the buffing, which is completely white when you first purchase it. And this is my sanding. So these are fantastic to buy. Guys, what better? I mean, really take your designs to a new level. Look at the finish on that. Okay. Look at the finish on that. Fantastic. All right. Now, with your matte, if you like that matte nickel finish where it's like matte, but has more of a shine to it, take your buffing block and go over it and look at that. Look at that finish now. So, I mean, really, like nothing's better than giving a piece of jewelry that's completely finished. Would you give a beaded bracelet without a clasp? Right? Unless it was on beetle on stretchy cord, right? So definitely invest in these guys. They're fantastic. Michaels carries them. All right. And if there's something on um, that Michaels stack, you know, in the inventory that you're like, oh, I don't know what this tool is, guys, you could definitely visit ImpressArt.com, where there's a bunch of tips, tricks, tutorials, and inspiration. All right. Or you could come and visit us on Wednesdays. And I know a lot of my ladies are here right now taking this class that they had a double dose of me today. All right. Which I probably gave everybody a headache by now. But, you know, come and stop by on Wednesday. And if you're not available at 12:30, you could always watch the replay. You know, we go through a lot right now. We are working on holiday items. All right. So are we out of time? I always feel like we run. Yep, it's just about that time. So thank you, Lynn. So I'm going to flip my camera around. And I want to see, for those of you that have been stamping with us, if you want to turn your cameras around, or I could just see your sparkling faces. So I see Marie. Hi, Marie. And Laura. Hi, Amos. So definitely, you know, definitely join us on Wednesdays. And we also have our next Michael's class that's on the 15th. All right. And we'll go back in and, you know, really just dive into that as well. Thank you so much, Tanya. I appreciate it. Thank you, April, Melissa, Lois, Tanya, all of you ladies, Lynn, Helen, Mary, Kathy, Beth. So I'm going through everybody's names. So hopefully our next time together, you'll be able, hi, Jocelyn. Hi, Bethany. See, look, now I get to see everybody's beautiful face. I feel like I'm the only one that's always, you know, out there, but all right. So definitely sign up for the class on the 15th. If you have any questions, you could always email us and we'd be happy to answer. Hi, Celia. So we will see you guys on the 15th. All right. Have a good night.